Hey Lions, this is Miss Rogers. I'm so excited to bring you another story to read. This book is the true stories of the three little pigs, as told to Jon Scieszka, and it's illustrated by Lane Smith. Thank you, Puffin Books, for allowing us to share this story with you today. This is one of my favorite stories, guys. We all know the story of the three little pigs, but this one is the true story. Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know if how the whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks, we'd probably think you were the big bad wolf. Sneeze plus sugar. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about the sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back, once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. And I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, the neighbor was a pig and wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in the right mind would build a house out of straw? So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in, and I didn't want to just walk into someone's house. So I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home with the cup of sugar without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. And that's when my nose started to itch. And I felt a sneeze coming on. And I huffed. And I snuffed. And I sneezed a great sneeze. And you know what? The whole darn straw house just fell down, and right in the middle of the pile of the straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail, and he had been home the whole time. And it seemed like a shame just to leave a perfectly good dinner lying out there in the straw, so I ate him up. And think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still hadn't gotten a cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. And this neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was just a little smarter, not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house and nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And he yelled back, go away, wolf, you can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not gonna believe this, but that guy's house fell down just like his brother. And when the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. And this guy was so I went to the next house, and this guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the bricks. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered? Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me even one little cup for my dear, sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt a sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. And then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin. Now, I'm usually really pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. Then the cops drove up, and of course I was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole thing of me, I was huffing and I was puffing and sneezing when I was making a real scene. And the rest, they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner, and they figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all of that huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made me the big bad wolf. And that's it. The real story. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar. Okay, guys, this is really a book. It's like, do you take the wolf's side, which is very interesting, or do you take the pig's side, which is probably the truth, although the wolf has a very good story, and to go with why he was huffing and puffing and sneezing, he had a cold. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. Remember to keep your hands washed and cleaned, and that you're doing it pretty often. And take care of yourself, friends. I miss you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
What about your shirt?